What's up, Hammerheads? I'm back with another classic compare and contrast. In case you missed it, check out my compare and contrast of unexpected feminist horror movies. Basically, I'll be examining two movies as a double feature and breaking down what makes them special independently, but also what makes them worth pairing together. Let's get into it.
Real hammer.
We'll be taking a look at But I'm a Cheerleader, a comedy from 1999 starring Natasha Lyonne and directed by Jamie Babbitt. Natasha Lyonne has gone on to star in American Pie, Orange is the New Black, and Russian Doll. We'll also be checking out My Own Private Idaho, a 1991 drama starring River Phoenix and Keanu Reeves and written/directed by one of my personal favorite directors, Gus Van Sant. While River Phoenix unfortunately passed away 2 years later, Keanu Reeves went on to star in the John Wick trilogy and the Matrix trilogy, which is also directed by two trans women. Both movies had difficulty taking off in mainstream media, but My Own Private Idaho is now regarded as a landmark film in the new queer cinema genre and has received critical acclaim. Meanwhile, But I'm a Cheerleader has only recently won audiences over. Now, the stars of both movies have gone on to become household names, but it's interesting to consider what a risk it was to create queer cinema in the 1990s. We're going to take a look at both films individually before we get into what makes them such a great pairing. Where these two movies differ the greatest are their overarching approach to depicting queer relationships. In But I'm a Cheerleader, the main character, Megan, is an all-American, blonde-haired, blue-eyed cheerleader who is dating a football player and yet is still considered different in that she doesn't enjoy kissing her boyfriend and is considering becoming a vegetarian. This information prompts an intervention, and Megan is sent to a conversion camp. This film uses color to create a satirical depiction of heteronormativity, and although it is absolutely satirical, it touches on some very serious issues of sexuality, identity, and community. Director Jamie Babbitt made conscious choices, from the race of the characters to the external sets, to portray an image of utter femininity and challenge people's perceptions of the LGBTQ community. Fact, this film narrowly avoided an NC-17 rating by cutting a scene of Megan masturbating. This isn't the first time that a film has been considered for a harsher rating because of the depiction of female pleasure. 2010's Blue Valentine, starring Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams, also faced an uphill battle to achieve an R rating as opposed to NC-17 due to a scene in which oral sex was performed on the main female character. Ryan Gosling fought against the rating, citing that plenty of films depict blowjobs, violence against women, or graphic sex scenes and are still rewarded with an R rating, and yet somehow female pleasure is perceived as pornographic. But I'm a Cheerleader now has a cult following, despite a cold reception upon its release. It is widely regarded as one of the best lesbian movies ever made. My Own Private Idaho faced production difficulty and didn't really take off until the lead actors joined the project, River Phoenix and Keanu Reeves. This film depicts a tale of prostitution, love, and loss for two young men who are searching for their future and their purpose. For one, Scott, played by Keanu Reeves, hustling is something to pass the time and make money while he waits for his inheritance. For Mike, however, hustling is not an option. It's the only way. With no family and no idea of where to find them, Mike looks to the streets to make his way back to his mother and his brother. Fun fact, the campfire scene in which Mike confesses his growing feelings to Scott was actually written by River Phoenix. Press expressed concern about the risk involved with portraying gay characters, but Phoenix and Reeves dismissed this unfounded concern and embraced the storyline and what the film really is supposed to be about. This film is gorgeous. The wide sweeping shots of an Idaho highway make the viewer feel just as lost and vulnerable as the characters. Yet, when Mike has a narcoleptic episode and loses time, the time lapses disorient both the viewers and Mike, leaving everyone unsure of where they will wake up. Now, what makes these two films an ideal double feature? A chance to view queer culture through the eyes of two great and openly queer directors. In the media, too many times are communities misrepresented in order to further the status quo or protect the audience from an obvious truth that people are different even when they're in the same community. It's refreshing to see two different perspectives and representations of young gay people who are coming to terms with their sexuality and exploring their identity. Megan and Mike also happen to be fantastic characters who are well-rounded and not solely defined by their sexuality. But I'm a Cheerleader and My Own Private Idaho are authentic, groundbreaking, and meaningful films to watch this Pride Month. Without these two films, movies like Brokeback Mountain, Y Tu Mama Tambien, Blue is the Warmest Color, and Academy Award winner Power of the Dog would not see the same success or positive reception. That's it, thrill seekers. Thanks for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you are the first to know when we drop something new. If you've got a suggestion for other unexpected double features, drop a comment below. It may be featured next. And remember, if you are watching this video, you are a card-carrying member of Thrill Hammer Nation. See you later.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!